Some e-commerce brands crush it on platforms like Meta and TikTok before jumping into Google Ads, while others are wondering if Google Ads should be their very first move. But here's the big question, right? Is your brand ready to run Google Ads? If not, what do you need to do first? You can use the information in this video to help change the direction of your brand to have more success in paid advertising. Also, at the end of this video, I share some golden e-commerce advice that will help any e-commerce business owner sell more on Google no matter what. So I'm going to share a few examples of e-commerce situations and explain why that other platforms compared to Google will be better at the start. And so this is basically going to help you decide, what you want your brand to look like and how to leverage these platforms best for ROAS. So I have 3 examples, and then I'm going to show you 3 Google Ad accounts that I'm currently running, and one example is going to fit one account. So I have an example for each account. Okay, so all these current examples are going to start on September 1st and then go to yesterday, because as you can see, it is 2:14 p.m. on January 8th, so we're still in the middle of the day. So September 1st to January 7th here, we have $121,000 spent. And we generated $660,000 in revenue. All right, so the second account, we have $6,200 spent and basically $43,000 generated from Google Ads. Here, the next one, we have basically $14,000 spent and close to $50,000 generated. Okay, so example 1 of the e-commerce situation, right, is let's say you have a brand new product, okay? This is something that you've thought of for, a long time. You've always wanted to design this. Let's say you patented the idea. This is your idea. No one's ever heard of anything like this, right? So more like a Shark Tank idea. And let's say that, this doesn't fit any product category, right? Like this isn't like a brand new golf accessory that you thought of yourself, but this is something that won't fit under any category, okay? So no one's just gonna stumble across this being looped into something else. You're likely gonna have to start driving success on other advertising platforms like Meta and TikTok, because they're you're going to be able to leverage creative, because for the entire length of you advertising this product, you're going to have to be removing confusion and objection handling in your ads right away, so people know what your product is and they know that they can benefit from it. And that's just the nature of having a brand new product. Once you've spent money on some ads on TikTok and Meta, it can be beneficial for you to start a Performance Max campaign and use your site visitors to retarget on, YouTube and display. But because that no one's just going to stumble across your product, like looking up something like golf accessories and go, oh, cool, what's this new accessory? Google will be a hard game. And I really suggest just focusing on other platforms too. Again, like I said, ones that are going to help you leverage creative so you can be constantly objection handling and removing confusion and showing UGC and how this product is used right away. That's going to be the most beneficial for you. An example 2 is that you have a branded product that's in a generic marketplace. So the prime example of this that I could think of is a clothing brand, right? So people are, they're searching online and people are buying shorts and shirts, but they might not, of course, be looking for your brand, but they are searching for the products that you sell. So to compete in a marketplace, something like clothing or just something that fits this example, is you need a solid brand. You have to have one, okay? Think of companies like Lululemon, Young LA, Gymshark, etc. I could go on all day, and I'm sure you could too, right? You need to be doing photo shoots, you need to build a following, and you have to have a certain style, right, that's going to cater to a certain person. Like, think of all the examples I just gave you, and think about who their ideal customer is, and all their advertising, all their clothing, all their photo shoots, all their influencers, all their UGC content is based around that demographic. You're also going to need a website that converts. So if you spend time on actually building your brand like this, Google can be a great place for you to advertise, especially in the shopping feed. But at the start, when you have no reviews, I would suggest Meta, because of how competitive clothing is. You're going to be fighting against massive, well-known brands on Google right away. If someone looks up gym shorts, you are going to get outbid. People are going to have way more reviews than you, and people are going to recognize those names, and it's almost going to be impossible for someone to choose you over them. So that's why you have to make sure that you're spending the right amount of time and really building this brand and not just trying to sell a product, because to compete in a marketplace like this, it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult. So I recommend that you build a brand, find your target demographic, build the brand for this target demographic, advertise on platforms like Meta and TikTok, and then once you have reviews and you have everything figured out and you're realizing that your website converts on its own because of how well your site is, etc., then adding Google can be an extremely beneficial platform to advertise on. Okay, and then example 3 is going to be like, let's say you're selling a generic product like a metal bracelet or, like a turmeric eye patch. People know what this is. People know what these are. So go ahead and use Google Keyword Planner or use a third-party keyword tool and look at the search volume that is overall just for these products or, relative searches. And as long as there is high volume, this is something that you can sell and have a standing chance on Google right away just because it's a more generic product. And there aren't any particular brands that are just so overwhelmingly dominating that no one would choose you. One of the examples I showed you is a jewelry client of mine, and we are actually shifting almost all of his budget off of TikTok and Meta and onto Google because there's already so many people that are just searching for anything even around his product that it is so much easier to sell to people that are looking for it because there is so many people looking for it than it is to convince people that they need it and they want it. When again, there's already so many people who are looking for this or looking for something like his product. And this is typically the case for most health, wellness, and beauty brands, unless you're going to be starting a brand that's something like Athletic Greens, where theirs is almost a niche inside this industry. So now I'm going to share some overall tips that will help make any e-commerce company much more successful on Google, whether you're advertising or you're just organically being found on Google. The number one, and I cannot stress this enough, because you're an e-commerce brand, you're going to be selling online. You can be shown in the shopping feed organically, even if you're not running ads. You need reviews, okay? People want to see the reviews inside the shopping feed, and it is going to increase your click-through rates dramatically. Trust me, reviews and social proof will help you exponentially. Number 2 is going to be having a discount, okay? Even if it's manufactured. Let's say you're selling your product for $19.99 and that's what you want to sell it at. Boom, go on Shopify. When you start, make it $49.99. Bring it down to $19.99 so you constantly have a 60% sale going. That's also going to be shown in the product feed, and it just looks so much better. For e-commerce, you have to be having a discount even if it's manufactured, let's be honest. The third thing is going to be increasing your average order value. So I've seen a couple ways to do this that have worked really well. I'm sure there are tons of ways, right? One of those is going to be offering free shipping at a certain, value. So let's say that your average product and your average cart value is $30. If you offer free shipping at $40, that's gonna slightly increase people's desire to want to spend more. Some of the biggest things I see, like let's say it's clothing and you're selling shorts, you make people have to buy 3, but it's a buy 2 get 1 free, or it's a buy 1 get 2 free. And let's say the shorts are $60, but now people are getting 3 of them. So then no matter what, people have to spend at least $60 because in my experience with e-com and everyone that I know and all the ads I've ran and all of my e-commerce friends, having an average order value under $50 makes it extremely hard to be very profitable with digital advertising for any e-commerce company. So that should be your number 1 hurdle to focus on. Something that's going to help bigger spenders want to spend even more, so you can really bring those that above average order values even higher, is going to be giving away something that would fit that demographic or what those people are buying at a, let's say, $100 or $150 cart value, okay? So if someone's buying shorts, you don't want to go give them a telescope, right? So you want it to be something that makes sense. So something that could still benefit that person buying that product, but put it much higher. So it'll bring those big spenders and people who are in a shopping mindset to spend even more. And that's just going to slowly bring the top end of your average up, which is going to help everything. On your website and all over everything, you want to use images of people, okay? Photo shoots, UGC content, reviews, influencer content. You want that all over your site. You want that on your product images. You want it on your product landing pages. You want it everywhere, okay? Especially, again, as we're talking about e-commerce companies, people don't want to be the first to act. This is why reviews in the shopping feed is so helpful because, monkey see, monkey do. People want to do what everyone is doing. So social proof of people smiling, that are happy, that are enjoying your stuff, that are fit, athletic, beautiful, all that stuff helps a ton. And then the very last big one that I have that most people don't do is go to a company called Hotjar. There's a free version, and I still even use the free version for several clients. You can install this tracking code on your website, and what it'll do is it'll take up to 200 live recordings of users a day, and then it'll also use that information to form a heat map. So what it'll do is it'll show you the percentage of people who got down to 50% of your site, or the first 25% of your site, right? How many people actually scrolled, and then you can, actually look at those recordings and watch people's user experience and see, okay, what are the actions people are actually taking, where are people clicking, where are people scrolling. All that stuff is going to help you make a better website, because a lot of e-commerce companies, they just drive traffic because they know that their website converts on its own, because it handles objection, it has all the proof, it has everything else, it has a proven system. So using these little tools to improve the conversion rate on your website is going to help you exponentially. So I hope I was able to give you guys some e-commerce insights and show you what stages of e-com are going to be the best for Google Ads, and then just some overall tips again. So my name is Johnny Eberhard. In 2024, I generated close to $5 million online using Google Ads. So if you want to work with me, or you want me to do a free Google Ads audit for your Google Ads account, that will be in the description below. Book a call with me. I would love to just jump on a call, give you an audit, talk about what I do, talk about how I could help. And even if we don't do anything, I would love to give you some free value one-on-one. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.